Hey guys and gals, welcome to the webinar on doubling your revenues in 12 months or less. Of course, using online leads generation. We're about to start, but can you show me where you're from so I can get an idea of the scope of the meeting today? Of course, I'm just killing time. We got about a minute left before the actual start. Okay, I see Scott from New York. Got Bella from Connecticut. George from Utah. Okay, well, I'm not going to go through everyone, obviously. Hey, let's see. Anyone from out of town, out of the country? Yeah, I see Steve from Canada. Ontario, okay. Well, okay, that's enough of that. We got about 420 people on the line, and it looks like I'm about to get started. So, tell you what, here we go. Hello, folks. Welcome to the webinar. Today we'll cover a specific topic that's near and dear to my heart. It's how to double your revenues in 12 months or less through online leads generation. Okay, the webinar will be just about an hour long, and I promise there'll be no fillers. Before I fully get into this, give me a 1 if you can hear me. Make sure that everyone's, able to hear my dulcet tones today. Okay, I'm getting lots of 1s. Good. I guess we're good then. So, we're going to cover a lot of ground today, so stay focused, get some snacks and maybe a beverage. Keep that handy. Oh, and there'll be a test, so stay sharp. There's about $100, maybe more, for some smart people tonight. Okay, so my name is Dennis Morales Francis. I'm a publications consultant, an author, search marketing Sherpa for commercial contractors, realtors, and other local home service providers. I'm the author of Double My Revenues in 12 Months or Less. Still available on Amazon. I just updated it, by the way. And I help businesses navigate that torturous information superhighway for internet leads generation. But you know what? Enough about me. Let's roll. Okay, over a decade ago, we in the search marketing community had to try to convince a lot of local businesses that they needed a website to grow their market share. Back then, the problem was really dealing with the Wild West atmosphere of the internet and, of course, the haphazard nature of the search system. Today, the problem is really confusion and information overload. Small business contractors are inundated with options and very little practical evidence of what works and what doesn't. People are trying to sell Facebook ads and Google ads, automated phone messages, and even bulk email campaigns. Hey, give me a 1 if you've gotten some schmo, calling you up or trying to sell you SEO services lately. Okay, I see lots of 1s. Lots of 1s already. Clive says, yeah, Dennis, I'm still getting your emails. Well, thanks a lot for including me in your spam collection, Clive. Okay, here's some factors to consider. Web usage stats compiled from various sources. Each month, there are over 100 billion global searches executed. 93% of online activities begin with a search engine. 39% of customers now start their shopping process from a search engine. 82.6% of web users use search engines. So my guess is that this internet thing, it's not a fad. It's time for local businesses to figure this thing out and use it in a smart and responsible way. Search marketing can drive new business to your phone and or your business location. Not only that, it can keep your clients coming back, and you know what? They'll even bring their friends with them. So to double your revenues, which is what we're going to talk about today, you can follow through on 3 primary solutions. For example, add more prospects in your sales funnel. You can increase your income per customer through online communication and follow-ups. Hey, raise your prices to reflect your true value so that you're not just a commodity. Market additional products and services to a wider audience, including your prospects and your customers in your test marketing campaigns for new services and add-on products. Develop new markets and, hey, go global. So setting up online leads programs, that's just the start of your web marketing strategy. That's just the tip of the spear, so to speak. You know, the first challenge most businesses have in terms of leads is finding them. The internet actually makes that really easy if you know how. It's a fact that the search engines have done a lot of work already for us. They track traffic patterns and quantify them for their own online ad campaigns. This research is pretty valuable, even if you never plan to advertise on Google, Bing, or Yahoo. So, really quickly, how many people here on the webinar have logged into a search engine in the last 24 to 48 hours? Give me a 1 if you have, or a 2 if you haven't. 1. Ooh, I got a 2. 1. Lots more ones. Wow, okay. I'm just going to guesstimate that we got over 370 ones since we have a little over 400 people on the call today. Okay, so the way we generate leads with search marketing is to make it incredibly easy for people to find us. The first step in the process of making it convenient for prospects is to identify the keywords that they're currently using in their searches. We need to know what keyword combinations our ideal prospects are using to look for our services. So for the sake of keeping the odds in our favor, we need to get an idea of how many people to expect on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. We'll want to choose keywords that bring in a fair amount of targeted visitors at a decent ROI, or return on investment. And of course, we need to know who our competitors are and how much power they have in the online leads generation arena for each of the chosen keywords. So Google attracts 3 distinct types of searchers. Generally, vague lookers, not hookers, lookers. People doing specific research. Direct searchers who know exactly what they want. To make our efforts pay off, we've got to convince Google that our pages rule. High-ranking pages are like celebrities. They get all the special breaks. That's why high-authority sites, Wikipedia, and others like it, can rank even without basic pages that are not fully optimized. So this goes without saying. If you aren't on the first page for your given specific keyword, you're missing the mark. The studies have been done for years, and they all show how important it is to be the lead dog in the race. We live in an ADD world, guys. People are impatient when it comes to searching, so here's how the numbers play out. The number 1 listing gets 42% of the clicks. The number 2 listing gets 12%. The number 3 position gets 8%. The number 4 position gets 6%. That's not the whole picture. It actually gets worse. Position 5 gets 5% of the clicks. Position 6 gets 4%. Position 7 gets 3%. And I'm going to hold a contest right now. I think this is going to be our first contest. The first one to tell me what percentage of the clicks go to the rest of the sites, the bulk of the sites, will get $100 in their PayPal account for the correct answer. Oh, wait until I say go. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3, go. It's math, folks. There's your hint. Welcome to the SATs. Nope. Nice try. Got it. Perfect. Good answer. April in New Jersey says 20%. So if you're in the number 10 spot on page 1, you get to share that slim piece of the pie with positions 8, 9, and everyone else down the line. Give me a 1 if you see why it's important for us to get to the first page and above the number 7 spot. Yes, there are people still awake for this. Excellent, excellent. All right, the most important aspect of search marketing for leads generation is finding the best keywords for the job. I know I'm reiterating, but it's really important. These keywords should satisfy 4 essential factors. If you get this right, along with the 6 simple steps I'll show you later, you'll see substantial growth in your prospects. Let's start with niche relevance. This refers to the relationship between your keywords and a particular niche market. There's a big difference between a market, a niche, and a sub-niche, by the way. Think of the system like a book. The book is the market. The niche might be the chapters, and the sub-niches, or micro-niches, some people call it, might be the paragraphs. Each of these is essential to the full story, and they all have to be relevant to each other. Traffic potential refers to the number of people who use the keyword or phrase to find what they're looking for each day, each week, or each month. The potential of that traffic is important to you because you need to know what your chances will be of getting someone to actually click on the link to your site each day. Online competition refers to the number of websites competing for that keyword. This factor can be a bit misleading for those of you who are just looking at the volume of searches, and I'll touch on that in a bit with an example. You'll want to know just how expensive that keyword will be to get to the first page. Some phrases will be way too difficult and expensive to satisfy a good return on investment, while others will pay for themselves 100-fold. Now, almost nobody who starts out in keyword research gets commercial potential, or some of those new SEO guys, because it's often overlooked. And I've seen guys rank easily for keywords that bring in tons of traffic for their clients, yet the sales conversions are terrible. That's because the keyword must be targeted to folks who want to buy or are intending to buy. It's tough as nails to convert a freebie looker with no money or interest to sign, say, a swimming pool construction project. Let's look at an example of what I've created for a presentation. This was done for a local chamber of commerce here in Sacramento. The keyword relates to commercial lighting contractors in Sacramento, California. It's fairly broad, yet it's relevant to the niche. Here's an interesting quirk, however. Although it gets a lot of search results, broad search right now is 2,200,000. The actual monthly search volume is fairly low. If I remember correctly, it's less than 10 searches a day. However, look at the number of ads on the page. This is a highly competitive keyword, even though the actual search traffic is small. Now, some of the top names in lighting are competing for this phrase. The exact match search is 6,770 results. That's the number of sites with the exact order of the keyword phrase seen on the page. So let's take a look at the commercial potential to see what we've got. Most of you probably guess already by the number of ads. See, there are a lot of commercial value in this keyword phrase based on the number of competitive ads running. Although it's a good indicator of an ideal keyword to choose, I wouldn't bet the farm on this one keyword getting my business a whole lot of prospects, even at the number 1 position. As you can see, lighting contractors in Sacramento, That's the website right there, commerciallightingideas.com. I'm in the #1 spot. By the way, I was able to rank this phrase in 2 weeks, and it's been there for quite a while without much effort. See, the keyword phrase can work well with a mix of high traffic, medium competition phrases. But this one, I don't think it can work that well just on its own. Okay, so I told you what it takes to double your revenues and what to look for in solid keywords to attract the right prospects. Let's take a look at what it'll take to get your web page to the top spot in Google. You'll want to shoot for Google because they still control 70% of the search volume. Okay, hey, thanks April from New Jersey. We've got your Hyundai on the way. All right, back to it. So let's get to my 6 steps to page 1 concept. That's what I've been hyping lately. So the first step is to gain full knowledge of your market. You don't have to be an expert on the subject, but you'll want to know who buys what you're selling. This is important because if you intend to compete in a particular market, you'll have to drill down to find niches and sub-niches that allow your business to thrive without the enormous expense of fighting for exposure. So give me a 1 if you get the idea of market research. Okay, so once you're thoroughly familiar with your niche markets, you can collect the keywords necessary for your campaigns. At this point, you're looking for any relevant connection with your niche and your market. In the beginning, stay away from high competition keywords and focus on medium and low competition keywords. You know, ones that you can rank fairly easily and affordably. Work your way up and gain momentum as you gain experience. Evaluate the competition and the commercial value of the words you've been researching. Don't worry, I'm going to go into more detail into all this in a minute. This is just the overview. Next, optimize your web pages to work with the chosen keywords and phrases. I'll show you how to do this effectively so that each page ranks for a lot of keywords. Okay, once you have your pages optimized and everything's ready, decide what you'll do to beat the competition. You can hire someone for particular segments of the campaign, or you can do it all yourself. All right. Take a sip of my beverage there. Pardon me. Okay. I'm going into a bit more detail now on each segment. Number 1, a simple way to know your market is to ask your current customers what they're thinking. Use surveys and log on to forums in your niche to find more information. These are pretty good ways of taking the pulse of your audience. Use the internet to find out where your target audience hang out. Who are your perfect customers? What other interests do they have? What do they have in common outside of your specific interest? Take some time to learn about your ideal customer. Build an avatar of him or her to get a sense of who they are and what their motivations are. Number 2, generate a large, make that humongous list of keywords relating to your niche. You'll comb through to find good keywords later on. So right now, just brainstorm and start collecting. Take a look at basic keywords that are related to your niche and look at long tail phrases that are usually considered buying signals. Phrases like, how much are commercial lighting fixtures? Or, who are the top outdoor landscape lighting designers in Sacramento? Where can I get LED kitchen lights? These are pretty good, these are great long tail keywords for buying signals. So, is this making sense so far? Give me a 1 if you can see why it's important to start with the right keywords. Good. Many of the keywords and phrases in a list of keywords are going to be crappy, guys. I'm just telling it like it is. They might get you 1 click a year. You can rank for them, but unless they are, of commercial value, they're worthless. Stay focused on the 4 principles I mentioned earlier. Okay, so it's game time. Who can correctly name the 4 principal keyword factors? Wait for it. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Wow, look at that. I've got some Hermione Grangers out there today. Good job, Phil. Lots of people got that one right. Just to remind you, it's niche relevance, traffic potential, online competition, commercial potential. Okay, good job, folks. Look at that. Phil shot me his PayPal address already. Anyway, number 3, establish high traffic keywords versus low traffic keywords. Find out the cost involved in competing. Choose a combination of low competition and medium competition keywords. To start, I would say about 10 should work. Use some SEO tools like Market Samurai to, make the job easier for yourself. Or make it even easier by outsourcing the project to someone who knows how to do this well. Okay, number 4. Assess the market, competition, and the commercial intent for your chosen keywords. You'll want to see what's going to make a page back up. You'll want to see what it's going to take to achieve page 1 for each of your keywords. Don't waste your money playing a guessing game. Take a look at what your competitors are doing that is actually successful. Spy on them. Use href.com or Majestic SEO or SpyFu. These are all great places to go into the back end and look at what your competitors are doing, what keywords they're using, and how many backlinks they've amassed. If the top 10 spots on a given page are dominated by corporate-owned websites with a national presence and lots of relevant content, then this might not be the right keyword for you. For example, a realtor on a local market might be up against national companies like Zillow and Century 21 or Realtor.com or others. If, however, the bottom half of that page displays local websites, you find a bunch of realtors on there who are local and who've managed to get the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th position. They can probably be knocked off fairly easily with a few advanced SEO techniques. Then there's a possibility of getting to page 1. But maintaining that position on a highly competitive page may not be that easy. Because let's face it, some battles just aren't meant to be fought. The good news is that there are plenty of low competition or medium competition keywords within a given niche that should have enough traffic potential to be profitable. Number 5, your web pages should be logically organized to take advantage of backlink flow. I have a tutorial relating to on-page optimization that'll be available free to you. Be sure to include some version of your keyword in the title, the description, and the body copy of your pages. If you're using WordPress for your web platform, this will be fairly easy. Include pictures and include the keywords in the tags. Be sure to include an original article along with a video on the page to ensure that Google takes your website seriously. If you want to beat out the competition, you need to be an authority site So be sure to have at least 25 pages of relevant content on your site for good measure. Very important. Now, there are theories out there on the internet regarding how much copy should be on each web page. Some folks who used to rank pages with very little content are now coming to terms with Google's ongoing battle with spam sites. So keep in mind, Google wants relevant content for their viewers. So don't scrimp on quality on your main site. My recommendation is 700 words minimum on your prominent pages with keyword density of no more than 2%. Your blog posts can be smaller, but make sure that they are memorable and relevant. Now, number 6. You may go with this strategy that includes, say, a lot of high volume, high commercial potential keywords because you can rank them more economically, especially if you're on a budget. Or you might have the resources to take on the high volume, high competition, high commercial value keywords. These can generate tons of traffic, but to warn you, they are going to be very expensive. So how you structure your campaigns is really up to you. Just be aware of the ROI when it comes to setting up your project. All right. 10. Now, I didn't throw this number in to confuse those who aren't paying attention. This is just a simple option to consider at the starting point. Find 10 keywords from your long list of relevant keywords connected to your market niche. Make sure the keywords combined calculates to over 30,000 visitors a month. Make sure it's a mixture of low competition and medium competition keywords. Be sure to select keywords of strong commercial potential. So, for example, in the lighting design field, I picked 10 really competitive but easily ranked for me keywords that allows me to reach a potential market of 30 to 40,000 people a month. So you start off with these as your first round draft choices to get to work on ranking them. In the next segment, we'll cover how to beat the pants off the competition and get to the coveted first page now that we've set up a good foundation. Be sure to select the keywords with strong commercial potential. Start off with these as your first round draft choices to get on to ranking them. In the next segment, we'll cover how to beat the pants off the competition and get to the coveted first page now that we've set up a good foundation. Okay, what's the matter?
I need the search box info for the other clients.
Okay, can I give you that later?
Yes.
Okay.
This
needs to be on so that you're connected. Okay.
Are you making the video for the page?
I will be. Yeah.
Stars.
Yeah, this computer needs to be on. Are you turning something right now?
Well,
That what you're trying to do?
I tried to screen yesterday and I forgot to go down and get it. So, how expensive is toner?
I need to pull one out of the shed.
I'll do it.
Well, no. Let me deal with that later. I need to focus on this, and I need to finish this.
All right.
I can't have all this stuff going on while I'm doing this.
All right.
So, but as soon as that's on, it'll print, and I'll have you can get it.